starting a series here because we're just talking about, getting a following, social media, how powerful it is.
The whole shebang.
Following your passion, not following trends.
That's key.
Always being consistent.
Yep.
So
You've been listening.
I have no choice. I have a wife and 3 daughters, and they think I don't listen, but guess what? I do.
I do, and it's recorded.
Yeah. So today's going to be a little. I just want to touch on something that I don't understand, and I'm hoping you'll explain a bit better. What does it mean now, and what did it mean then, for something to go viral?
What does it mean now? Oh gosh. Well, now and then, I feel like it is still very similar. Having virality, it's having, let's say, a piece of content that you do that literally just hits the masses. And it's like viral is literally... So I had a viral series called The Wombmates, and viral is literally uploading the video, not looking at it, looking at the video a little bit later. Oh my goodness, over 100,000 views within 1 hour. That is crazy. And it's like, once you see that, you're like, okay, something bigger is happening here. At least for me, when I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, I think I may have cracked the code. Because with going viral, typically it's with content that is not established yet. Like for the Wombmates, we were recreating situations and scenarios in the womb as identical twins, and there was nothing on the internet like that. So when we put out a piece of original content like that, it just spread like wildfire.
So you almost nowadays have to get very creative, I would think, to create a viral piece.
Oh, definitely. I think you 100% have to get creative. There's so many people now, on the internet posting, trying to go viral, and it's like you have to have creativity. You have to be original. Some people are lucky and, it's like, oh, something very common that everyone does. It's just they have that personality and it just hits. But in regards to going viral, I think a big key is, doing something that has not been seen before.
So when you see stuff does it have to be on social media for it to go viral, or does it have to go, like you see, GIFs, memes, are those also viral content?
Oh, yeah.
But those aren't really on social media, right?
Well, I don't know. Have you, there was a recent meme, the calm girl meme, and it's this, I think it's a dog, but his hands are in his pocket, and it's like, dun, 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 dun. And that meme itself has gone so viral, and then everyone was incorporating it into their videos, and then those videos would go viral. So memes as well do go viral.
I think before social media, I would think then the idea of virality would have been how many hits you got on a webpage.
I was going to say, or television, MTV, they were doing everything.
Now that you mentioned, they would always talk about a viral music video or a viral...
Music video, music videos. I'd say it probably did start, with music videos.
What was their first reality show? I used to watch it all the time.
Oh, gosh, I don't even know.
It was about 7 people living together that didn't... I forgot what it was called, but we used to watch it all the time.
I don't even know.
See, I'm going to date myself, but the viral shows when I grew up were Beverly Hills 90210,
Okay.
Melrose Place, and some shows because the CW was just starting.
Oh, wow.
And then now, obviously with cable and streaming, you got Bravo, HGTV.
You got everything you could ever need or want.
Right, exactly. Howard Stern, when he had his TV show, that was viral. He'd get millions of views.
Yeah.
So,
virality, I'd say, did start in television,
Well, yeah, I wonder if it goes back to the Little Orphan Annie on radio.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Annie is?
Annie?
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be a show on radio. On radio.
On radio.
Did you see this? Okay, have you seen the movie The Christmas Story?
Yes, I believe so.
You'll shoot your eye out with the BB gun.
Yes.
He got he would always listen to Little Orphan Annie show on the radio, and he got the decoder because he drank so much Ovaltine. And it was such a funny bit because he's like, I got the decoder. And then at the end of the show, they're like, okay, everyone with the decoder, here's your clue.
Ooh.
And he runs off to the bathroom, shuts the door. They only have one bathroom. His brother had to go to the bathroom. He told him to go away. And he's sitting there on the toilet figuring, and of course he decodes it and it says, you better drink more Ovaltine.
Oh, wow. That's marketing right there. That's the code.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is a viral Christmas show.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Cost minimal to make as far as movies go. Made gajillions of dollars.
That's amazing. That's crazy.
So so talking about money, do you need to put a lot of money behind your videos for them to go viral?
Oh no, I would say
and
absolutely
not the marketing, but the making of.
You know what? As long as I would say no, as long as you have good lighting, good production, good audio, good camera, and a good background, then that is like primarily all that you need. You know, even like this set right here, or even if I just, you know, we're recording on good cameras right now, but if we had like my iPhone and one or two box lights, and then, you know, I'm sitting here on the utilizing this background. Like, for example, there's a TikToker named Keith Lee, and he does a lot of food reviews, and literally he does it in his living room or in his house. He's like sitting down, literally eating food and just talking to the camera, and his originality just blew up, and he's doing so great. And it just shows you the simplicity of the content. Like, it does not have to be crazy and complex. It does not have to be wild and complex. He was just giving honest reviews of the food that he ate.
Sent me down a rabbit hole right there.
Did I?
Could you imagine doing a TikTok channel dedicated to DoorDash reviews of restaurants?
There you go. That's an idea. Absolutely.
Okay, so if I see that out on the internet, I'm trademarking that now. But I think, you know, that's a simple thing. Like, people want to know whether or not I should DoorDash, Uber Eat, whatever, this restaurant. Because I have to admit, sometimes when you DoorDash some of the food, even though it's phenomenal in the restaurant, when it gets to your house, it sucks. Cold, mushy.
And you got to be careful with delivery. Not DoorDash, but with Uber Eats. Literally, I got a curry, and it was freaking just all over the bag. And it's like, what is this?
Ugh.
That's the worst when you're like so
it's
excited
bad enough
for the
your
food.
house smells of curry. Now everything it touched, because it goes into your pores, I feel.
Oh, literally, it was all over. It was everywhere. Like, as soon as you open the bag, it was just like, what the heck is this? And that's not what you want, you know, when you order food.
Maybe you do a DIY on what you do when you get curry all over your kitchen counter.
Gosh, I do not have that hack. But if anyone else does, please let me know.
So do you remember you said womb meats.
Yes.
Do you remember, other than womb meats, what was your first viral video?
Oh, goodness. Well, I started TikTok, like, you know, I'd say the Womate series primarily started on TikTok. So I'm going to just talk about TikTok. But when I started TikTok, it was before 2020. I think it was like 2018, 2019. And not as many people were on the app. Compared to today, probably, I don't know. I don't know the statistic, probably a tenth. But literally, I think my first video I posted got maybe 50,000 views, which is really good for not even having a channel at all. So it's like, when I started, I was a pioneer in that space, you know, TikTok. And now, you know, 2025, freaking like 6-7 years later, now it's, of course, flooded. And now it's more difficult to get those views. But I feel like when I first started, I was very lucky because that traffic was already there because there was not as much supply.
Well, many people look at virality of videos, especially on the social media side, as quote unquote success. How do you see it? Is that true? If you have one video go viral, does that make you success? Like, you look at Hawk Tua. One video. right? Her whole life changed. But if you want to do this all the time, like a social media influencer marketer, do you have to get that one good viral video, or do you believe you can build up to it and build a viral following with multiple videos?
If you do have a viral video, that is great. That is fantastic. But it's like you're not one and done. If you have one viral video, essentially, your life could drastically be impacted. But your goal is, like you said, to build and create an audience that is so strong with you and not going to leave your side. Now, I feel like Haktua, that's very difficult because, she's in hot waters right now with all of her meme
Shenanigans.
Coin. Yeah. So,
yeah. We'll just call them shenanigans.
Virality and having a viral video is awesome. And if that does happen, like, what you should do is replicate that piece of content that did go viral. Like I was just saying with my roommate's video, I posted it and the numbers were crazy. And I'm like, okay, there's a market for that. That's doing really good. Let me make a second one and see how it does.
How did number 2 do?
Oh, even higher numbers than number 1. And I was like, all right, this is something that I'm going to continue. This is a series. This is something that, I'm going to focus on. And I think that series, I ended up getting probably at least 20 videos in that one series because every single one hit.
In my days of being having a real job, we would always say, one person's happy, they'll tell 10 people. One person's pissed off, they'll tell 1,000. Do you think that's true with social media as well? Do you think people get out there and hey, I love this, and they tell all their friends? Or if they I hate this, do they really go out and tell people, or do you think they stay quiet?
What do you mean?
I'm thinking about womb meets, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite effect, right? If I watch Woo Mates, I would immediately, if I like a video I see, I am automatically get on my phone and send it, blast it to everyone. They probably blast it to everyone. But if I hate a video, it dies. I don't send it to anyone. Do you agree with that?
For me personally, if I hate a video, then I'm not going to send it to anyone. It's if I don't like what they're talking about or what they support, then I'm not going to share that. Or how I see it being shared from other people is if it's, controversial and it's why would he even say that? Then I could see how that would be shared because, obviously everyone has opinions. But in regards to if I see a video I hate, I don't have the time to share it, I don't have the time to share it. I was just
well, as a society today, we don't have time to share anything. I am freaking mad that Amazon promised something to me overnight, and now it comes tomorrow.
Okay, that's not fair.
But I'll give them grace because I love Amazon. It's changed everyone's life. But that's the thing. The thing is, we don't have time to share stuff. Mm-hmm. In the real world, it's exactly the opposite. The concept of Yelp, Google reviews, Facebook reviews. Man, people who I always say it's always the people that used to get their ass kicked in high school, now have a chance to just totally destroy somebody. So I think this is a nicer place to be emotionally, because if people don't like your videos, it just doesn't go viral and you try again, right?
And
you don't. It doesn't. It's not like you're going to be reading about how someone hates you online.
Yeah, like I've said before, it's you're not going to please everyone, and people are going to hate your content. People are going to love your content, and it's just it's I receive negative messages every single day, and it's okay, it's not going to affect me. I just got to move forward and go on with it. I thought this was a brilliant video idea that I put out. I loved it. I put all my time and effort and, and commitment into this, and people didn't love it, or it flopped, Even if a video flops, I don't see that as not successful. It's successful because it's your passion. You're filming, content about your passion, what you love. You're putting time and effort, and you're making a beautiful piece of content. It may hit with some people. It may not hit with some people.
Well, just remember the way to look at, mean social media stuff is that people love to love you, but people love to hate you.
Yep.
So either way, you win.
Yep.
Right? Because you still got their attention.
You'll get a comment. You'll get a comment
Perfect
from it.
example was Howard Stern, right? Love Howard Stern, creative genius. People would be like, I am watching Howard Stern, and they would be, why? And his people could be like, I love him, right? I can't wait to hear what he says next. But people who hated Howard Stern
hated him?
would
Hated
still
his guts?
listen because they wanted to hear what he would say next.
Isn't there
That
there
is-
a saying called like no publicity is bad publicity, or bad publicity
See, it's still good
is
publicity.
still good
Publicity is publicity. It doesn't matter, right? So, unless you're like Boeing and your plane falls apart, that's bad
let's
publicity, right? That could kill you. But no, there are some times where you do get bad publicity, but it makes you viral.
That is very true. That is very true. Yep.
On news stories, on commercials, on this.
Yep.
Perfect example was this last election. Hate him or love him, Donald Trump got so much free publicity because of all the things that were going on in his world. Mm-hmm. Lawsuits, cases lost, money's lost. Anytime he opened his mouth, it actually backfired, I think, against the liberal channels because they still had to cover him. They had to talk about how much they hated him.
I feel like he is just a viral character in any,
He's
aspect.
a character. And that's the whole thing that everyone needs to understand about the guy. He is a character. The president of the United States is just a character. He's not, I can't think of a great leader we've had that didn't have gajillions of flaws. I'm sorry. I can go back all the way. I mean, Barack Obama, was he a great leader? People say he was, but he was very charismatic. Mm-hmm. Bill Clinton, was he a great leader? Very charismatic. People forgave him about the whole Monica Lewinsky trial thing that happened with the cigar upper.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Yeah. But of course, you look at George Bush Jr., 2001 to 08, wasn't charismatic. People didn't really like him, but people loved him when he basically walked into Congress after 9/11. It's like, do you mind if I open a can of whoop ass? And then the whole country was behind him. And then shit hit the fan. So it's crazy how much charisma plays into going viral too.
And you know what? I just feel like it's like, I don't know, just like in regards to like, social media and like influencers or like celebrities, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have errors, whether they're super big or super small. And it's like, I feel like, there's so many different views in the world. I feel like the world just needs a little bit more grace. At least that's how I view it. The world needs a little bit more grace. Or like, in my world, there's cancel culture. There's cancel culture. If someone messes up once, then it's like, oh, you're done. Whatever, like, obviously, like, there's a limit. Like, oh, you're definitely not supposed to do that. Or if it's like something that, someone shares an opinion that is different than their followers. Oh, they're canceled. It's like, there needs to be more grace, I feel like.
I felt awful. Like, I love comedy shows. I love comedians. I love to laugh. You know me long enough that I love laughing.
You love jokes.
Hell yeah. Practical jokes, verbal jokes, any type of joke. All these poor comics, like for the last 5 years, have been shut down.
On social media?
Just in general, they have to end they were ending comedy shows with apologies to the crowd. And they were saying, listen, this is just art. It's just a show. This isn't how I truly feel. I'm here to make you laugh. If I offended you in any way, I'm truly sorry. But people go to the show expecting to be offended.
I
expecting
think
to
you
laugh.
need to go to a comedy show with thick skin. You know, it's a place to laugh, and it's like nothing. I feel like whatever is said from the comics, it's like,
I got a story.
oh goodness.
For my birthday, my wife took me to the Improv because she knows how much I love comedy.
Which one, Hollywood or Irvine?
And what I didn't know is she bought the table that was front row center stage.
Oh.
And I was sitting down there surrounded with, my wife and I are at a table, but surrounded by women. And the guy looks right at me and he's like, oh, it's so nice that you all brought your gay friend out here tonight. And, you know, people could get offended, but I just laughed. That was hilarious because it is the faux pas, right? I think all women have at least one very good gay friend, which is phenomenal. I have a lot of gay friends. I find them hilarious as well. I think they're the way their mannerisms, the way they act, what they say are phenomenal.
I have many. I love the community.
Right. It makes me laugh.
But he was targeting you,
me.
but you didn't take it personal because you're sitting there with a bunch of girls.
I should have canceled him. Okay.
Add that one to the list.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about the big A word, though, when it comes to social media.
Big A word.
Algorithm.
Oh, geez. Our favorite.
Does anyone know the secret sauce to algorithms?
I feel like every platform has its own, every platform has its own algorithm, and literally it's like, oh, you need to do this for that platform, this for that platform, this for that platform. I mean, like right now, just in general, everyone's like, oh, what's happening with TikTok? And like, everyone wants to, these bigwigs want to buy TikTok and like get that algorithm. No one knows what the algorithm is. Us as creators, all we need to do on our side is keep on doing what we're doing, making that content, staying consistent, creating like, how I said, content consistency and collaboration are the 3 C's. And we need to focus on doing that because the algorithm is something that it has a mind of its own.
And it changes continuously.
Oh, it's always updating. It's always updating.
Because it's AI. I'm pretty sure it's AI generated now.
You want to ask Zuck or
no? It's good in a way because it makes you work, right?
Absolutely.
Because could you imagine if someone just figured out the algorithm? That'd be
wild.
They'd be crazy, right?
That'd be wild.
But the algorithm is the one thing that's always I feel like working against you. And you're right. Like YouTube has one, Insta has one, Facebook has one, TikTok has one, X has one, Twitch has one.
I feel like every platform probably has one.
And they're not the same.
No.
You have different things for different
maybe Instagram and Facebook, but still they're on different channels, so I would assume it's different.
I've seen videos go huge on Facebook, but not on Insta. Different crowd.
And you know what? It's so crazy. Like, I will film one piece of content, and I'm like, if I'm filming it, it's going on all channels. It's going on Instagram, Facebook, X, Threads, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn. It's going everywhere. And it's like, let's say on one platform, it'll get 100 views. On another, it'll get 1,000. On another, it'll hit 1 million. On another, it'll hit 20 million. So it's really like, what the heck? You never know. If you're making a piece of content, my number one tip is just put it everywhere. You already spent the time and the effort and the editing and, you have a piece of content. Like, why limit yourself on what platform it goes on?
Did you ever have an unedited video that went viral?
Unedited? Probably. Like, now I have an editor and everything, so all my content goes through him. But I would assume so. I shot a lot of videos.
So you have a professional editor?
I do.
Wow.
Yes.
And when did you decide, hey, I need to do this? Once you hit once you started getting X amount of followers, or?
When you're starting a business, you need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And editing was my bottleneck. I was like, this is taking up too much of my time. My focus is creating content. I need to be so worried about these 10 pieces that I need to film them and not focus on, okay, I filmed these. Now I got to edit these 10 videos. So it's all about balance and knowing your strengths.
Yeah, because rule of thumb for editing is that if it's a 30-minute video, it'll take you at least an hour to edit it.
Oh gosh, I would say at least, depending on everything that you put in. Are you putting transitions? Are you putting in captions? Are you putting in GIFs? Are you putting in memes?
Wow. It never ends. It's crazy.
It never ends. Like literally, you could get a piece of content and give it to 10 different editors and just say, edit it. You'll get 10 different videos from that.
Yeah. Well, when you're looking at the algorithm, do you think it's more human psyche that makes you go viral or the algorithm?
What do you mean human psyche?
Just human emotions.
Well, definitely, people are emotion-based and they will react, when their emotions are triggered. So I definitely feel like, in general, one of the top categories across social media is animals. So like dogs and cats. And why? Because we have a great emotion and a great feeling towards animals. There are, our companions that forever love you and never will wrong you. So they have a space in our heart that will always be there. So when people watch animal videos, whether it's happy and fun or, sad and talks about, just like maybe shelters or something, it will hit that trigger and the watch time, I'm sure, will be longer and they'll be more likely to engage because you're hitting their emotions.
When you're looking at viral videos and you're coaching people on how to make content, do you think a teenager's video, what makes a teenager go viral, will be different than mid-20s, mid-30s, mid-40s? Like, do you think there's certain content that's really specific for age groups that make it go viral? Because I don't think I would ever get behind. I don't really look at a lot of like teenagers per se that have done a video and been like, oh wow, that's great. Now there are some like crazy basketball trick shots, them getting launched. My favorite ones I watch now are when they're tubing behind a boat and the kids just get launched.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, see, those, like that type of stuff. But the reason why I asked that, because I look at a lot of these younger generations wanting to go viral. Mm-hmm. And they will sacrifice in order to go viral.
And you cannot sacrifice or lose yourself just to go viral. Like literally, if your mindset when making content is, oh, I want to go viral. Why? That's not a good enough reason. Like literally, if I'm consulting or working with someone and they said, I just want to go viral, it's like, what's your reasoning? Like, that's a wrong reason just to get that viral views. Like, what's the long term of this? Going viral doesn't last. It comes in waves, Sometimes, like, let's say 1 month I get 100 million views and, 3 months down the line I get, let's say, 100,000 views. It's like virality, it's not like a one and done video is great, of course, but when you're thinking about the long term, it's like, it's not feasible if you're just like, oh, I want it instantly and just the views and the number and then I'm good. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that, because when you're going viral, what does that mean? It means that you're relevant in that moment of time, but what will keep you going viral is keeping on distributing content so that you are out in the internet, out in the ether. So it's like how you asked me earlier, oh, like if you go viral with one video, are you like done? 100%, it could change your life. Like how you mentioned Hawk Tuah girl. It could change your life. It changed her life. But like now we're looking at her and it's like, okay, what is she doing with this? And she's in hot water right now. Like, you can't just, like, virality is good, but you need to have, like, you need to be smart about it.
Do you know who Simon Sinek is?
I'm not sure.
He's a leader. He does phenomenal lectures on leadership. And the one thing he always says is you have to know your why for the rest of your world to be successful in business, your corporation, your organization, your friendships, your relationships. You have to know your why.
Yep, exactly. You have to know your why.
So
that leads you. It gives you the right path to go down. It's like, okay, I have my focus. I have my agenda. Let's go. Let's do it. This is my why. This is what I want.
So I think that happened. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but Haktua Girl, she had that viral moment, and then no one knew her why, right?
Honestly, maybe she didn't even know her why.
She wants to get up on that thing. That was her why. As a father, I would have been proud. No, not really. But, you know, God bless her.
You have 3 daughters.
I have 3 daughters. One went viral, you know, but she filmed her why. The day in the life of a D1 soccer player. That's her why. That was the life she lived. That's what she loved. That's what she did. And that was her why. And the reason why we're sitting here talking about this is because we're hoping together, you and I, we can help a lot of young aspiring athletes create that social media presence.
Yeah. I mean, social media for athletes in general is just, it's the way to go right now. It's setting yourself up for the future, you know, because when, you know, kids, they have in their mindset, oh, I just want to go viral. I just want the numbers. But it's like when you're creating content and have an agenda in your mind, oh, it's because I'm going to do sports in college and I want to stand out, then that's the correct why instead of just, oh, I just want to go viral.
So if you're talking to anybody out there, how do you recommend handling the emotions? Like you said, I have 100 million views. 3 months later, I have 100,000 views.
Well, and you know what? That literally, not caring about whether you have a massive amount of views or a little amount of views, literally will be so good on your mental health. You cannot worry and stress and just like associate your worth with the views that you receive, because some videos will pop and do great and some videos won't do great, and that's just life, and that's the internet, and that's all the different platforms. Some are going to do fantastic and some are not, and it's like you just got to keep on going. Like you said, take your why, keep on going, run with it, and you know, in the long term, let's say you had like a low video, you know, month. 2 years from now, you think you're going to care about that low video month? No. Why? Because you've been on top of it and you stayed consistent.
So let's talk monetization then.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you go viral, does that always lead to followers?
No, actually, it doesn't. So going viral, like it depends, you know, conversion rate. It's like, okay, every person that watches it, let's say 25% of people follow. That's a good percentage. That's a really good percentage. But I know I had a viral video recently, and I mean, I got followers from it. I think it was like a 20 million video. And I think I got, actually, this is a bad example. I did get like, I think 10,000 followers from that video. But if you think about that percentage.
Yeah, exactly.
Compared to 20 million.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like I got followers. That's great. But
let's talk it in a language that everyone will understand. You won $20 million, but you only took home 10,000.
There you go.
Right? That's the way you got to look at it, because
I feel robbed.
Yeah, exactly. No.
What is this? The Price is Right?
So, yeah. So what's the trick to get that conversion rate?
Literally, it is, I think just being authentic and being you. But also at the same time, I know, like...
Because if a video goes viral, does it drive them necessarily to your page?
Your username will be on, like, the video itself. It's like the video and then, the heart, the comment, the share, and the username. But if they like you enough, then they'll tap on it, and then they'll go to your page.
So that's the secret sauce right there.
You want them to tap on it. Yeah, you want them to tap on your username or just give you a follow. Right. And it's like on the For You page, it's you're like swipe, 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 swipe. So it's like, oh, they're swiping. And the ultimate goal is, every viewer to become a follow. That's the ultimate goal. Does that happen all the time? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, it doesn't.
I think if it was that easy, we all would have millions of followers at the moment,
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, and that also can't let you down either, right? Just because you have a video that went big doesn't mean you're not going to make another video that goes big.
Exactly.
But
you just have to stay on top of it and,
right.
Stay consistent.
It's just conversion rates. I mean, that's the key. I think, in my opinion, you'd be better off having a video that gets 100,000 views and you get 1,500 followers out of it versus having a video going 15 million views and getting the same number.
Yeah. But you know what I will say? It's like people are like, oh, my video got so many views, but like not many followers. Yes, followers are great, but it's about engagement and community. So from that 20 million video, I got 10,000 new followers. I'm still ecstatic because that's 10,000 more followers than I did have. And those are the loyal followers that I want. I don't just want, 100,000 new followers where they're not going to engage or they don't even care about what I post. I want them to care about what I post.
So people who want to get into this profession or this
content
creation is monetization is the key. Mm-hmm. So when they're trying to go market themselves, is it followers or views?
Both are honestly, I feel like both are very important because it's like.
Because what I'm trying to get at is that 20 million, 10,000 followers, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say you and I put out a video, 20 million views, we get 10,000 followers. Will that get us marketing dollars?
Off of the platforms?
Not off the platform. I'm off of sponsors, off ads, off all those.
I mean,
because the 20 million views is not going to get you that much money from the platform.
Well, in regards to what you were saying before, like that video that does get 20 million, if me and you shot a video and it got 20 million, but I have no followers to like back that, and we don't do anything about that, that video is one and done. It's like, okay, let's say like a brand is looking at your page. Let's say we have 5 videos, okay in the views, but one is like, woof, huge, 20 million. But it's like, they're going to go on your page and be like, okay, so they just got lucky. And it's like, what's the conversion? Like, okay, let's see more. So virality, like having a viral video is good because you will get, paid per view on the platforms. But from a brand perspective, if they only see one, then it's like I said, oh, she got lucky. Or she's not even posting. Or she's not even consistent. So why would we partner with her?
People listening should then go for the followers.
Definitely followers.
Followers.
Definitely followers. Followers, they're by your side, Literally, when I had 100,000 followers or like the followers that I do have now, it's like, those are my babies. Like, I care about them, It's like they are amazing enough to follow me because they like me and I appreciate them. So it's like I want to care and nurture the following that I do have at the moment.
So when you're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and your page says, "Oh, this video had 20,000 views." Mm-hmm. Is that 20,000 swipes? Is that 20,000 at least looked at it for 2 seconds? Is that 20,000 looked at it for 30 seconds? What's that algorithm like?
Oh, geez. It depends on what platform you are on. Literally, like I said, there's many different algorithms, different platforms, and every platform has a different calculation of views, how they calculate views. But usually it's at least a couple seconds that'll count as a view.
YouTube is time watched. That's how they tend to pay you, or you get YouTube's attention. Is the amount of time that is spent on a video, podcast, something like that. I don't know, honestly, how TikTok does it.
Well, just like time as well, time watched. I would say time watched would be the biggest. How long is someone on your video? Are they on for 2 seconds? Are they on for 12 seconds? Are they on for the whole 30-second video? Because the longer they're on, the better that it will perform. It'll get more reach in the algorithm. Oh, people are watching it long. How's the engagement? Engagement's great. More likes, good. More comments are great. Shares, that's what you want, Like, comment, shares. But the biggest one is definitely watch time.
Comments. I wanted to talk about comments. So comments, interaction. I find it very important to always interact with everyone, whoever leaves me a comment on my platforms.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. Because what I've learned in life is, how can you learn to say fuck you with a smile on your face?
How?
That's an art. It's an art that you get to learn. So if someone says something bad, all you got to do is you don't go off on them. That's number one, you lost. The trick is, how do you engage that person to have a crucial conversation? Like, oh, that's very interesting you say that. Was there something specifically that pointed that out to you? Or get them to engage some more, because then that creates more content for you to follow.
Well, and I've been in situations where I've seen my friends get hate comments, and then once they respond back to the hate comments, the person that left the hate comment will be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just kidding. I'm your biggest fan. This was totally a joke." And they'll flip instantly. And it's like, "Oh my gosh, you got an interaction from me, and you literally said you hated me, and now you say you love me."
Well,
because they're behind a screen and they don't think anything's going to happen from their comments.
Some of the best popcorn, I always tell people, when there's drama, get the popcorn.
Yeah.
Some of the best popcorn eating moments are when you find the Yelp page where the owner of the business goes after the people that gave them the bad reviews or heard the bad reviews.
No.
I'm like,
no.
That's not professional.
Don't be petty. Don't be petty.
Don't go down to their level. You're selling yourself short. But there are some that are pretty funny. There was a guy in the East Coast. He owned a lobster, clam chowder type place. Mm-hmm. And he went off on anyone who left him a bad review.
Oh, no. Really? You can't do that. Good reviews and bad reviews, if you're a business owner, you're going to receive all types of reviews,
And that same concept goes to social media. But it is fun to sit there from the outside and read those. As a business owner, I've been in his shoes before. But it took me a lot of training with my emotional intelligence in order to not dive down to their level.
And if you dive down to their level, then they win.
They won.
They win. They win. They got you down to their level.
So, if someone leaves, and that's why you learn to say F you with a smile on your face, it's always fun to see if you can change it. I find it a challenge.
Someone likes to stir the pot over here.
Poke the bear.
Someone pokes the bear.
Right, but if someone left me a bad Yelp review when I was practicing, I use that as fuel, personally. I turn it into fuel in my fire.
Would you respond back to them, or would you just keep it in your brain and be I'm going to work extra hard, to prove this person wrong?
There was one that the guy called me a crook, and that's illegal. So my lawyer sent him a, "you better take this down" letter. But of course, as you get older, you get a lot of close friends that are lawyers. So they're just like, oh, sure, I'll send a letter.
Yeah.
No big deal. But I would never respond back. I don't know if you're supposed to respond back. Because we can talk about Yelp being a social media platform, right? I don't know if you're supposed to respond back or not. I don't know the ins and outs of that. But you got to be very careful. So what I did is I took and my staff did it because they knew exactly how I felt about Yelp. We got the sticker that like people on Yelp love us, and we're supposed to put it in our window. And they crossed out love and put a big X in it with a Sharpie and put hate.
Oh,
and then they put it in the window.
Did they really? Oh my goodness.
Mallory did it actually.
Of course she did.
And and it's just a way you get around it. Like if you can look at those hate responses, that would definitely help you be a stronger social media presence, in my opinion.
I feel like if you receive hate comments,
you're winning. You're winning. You're getting comments.
It shows that if someone really comments on like your page and says something mean or horrible or bad about you, it just shows who they are as a person. They obviously have issues. They have things that's going on. It's like, you're telling me this and you're behind a screen. Like, why?
Who's the late night talk show host on ABC? What's his name? What's his name? I'm brain farting. But anyways, he would have famous people, like athletes, right before the Super Bowl, come on and read all the hate, at the time Twitter, now X.
Yes.
Things that were said about them.
Which I think that's hilarious. I think that's brilliant content.
And I remember Tom Brady one time was reading it, looked right at the camera, and he goes, "Hey, Brady Fish 646, fuck you." That was awesome.
Honestly, I'm sure that piece of content went viral.
Oh, it did. But I mean, what's his name? I can't think of his name. But he does that all the time. He does it with movie stars. He does it with rock stars. He does it with football.
There is an endless amount of hate in the internet.
There is. There is, because it's, if you're behind a keyboard, someone can't, just take a swing at you.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, they can't take a swing at you. You're safe, right? It's awful. It's totally awful. So
I definitely don't like it, and I feel like I've been very, very lucky, and like I feel like compared to other people that I've heard, other friends, I feel like I have not received as much hate as other influencers, but also my content is very family friendly and it doesn't stir the pot. That's not what I want. I just want to educate and, provide people with tips and advice, ways and things that will make their life easier. So it's kind of hard when, like, I'm just trying to help people. It's hard for them to say, oh, that's not, like, just, like, mean comments about.
Yeah, and you bring up an interesting point, and I'm pretty sure there's an empirical article and research that's been done on it. Maybe you know. Do women influencers tend to get more hate than men?
Oh, gosh. I'm not sure about the statistic, but just what I've seen, like, we'll get comments about our bodies, our face, our makeup,
your voice.
Our voice, especially my voice. My voice is very high, and it's very, very particular. And people are like, oh my gosh, it sounds like I'm, like, listening to a cartoon character, or my ears are bleeding. And it's like, sorry, that's my voice. That's nothing I could change, Like, sorry, stop watching my videos and commenting on them then.
So
you can block my channel.
Next podcast, I'll just, instead of hitting my vape pen, I'll be hitting a helium pen. And we'll be on the same level. We'll have the chipmunk. The chipmunk podcast.
See, I feel like I'm at, a comedy show. Like, you just did that, but I literally loved it. It's like yes, do that, please.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, come on. I mean,
we're all flawed. This is our first time living life. Whether, I'm...
Oh, I don't know. Is there people that believe that this is their second, third, or fourth time?
Well, yes. People, debatable. Mm-hmm. But like how you are today, how I am today, this is our first time on this planet,
Oh, you didn't
that we
read,
remember.
you didn't read the book on how to live? It's a very good book. I got the Cliff Note version if you need it. It doesn't exist.
I have
There's no
not.
book on how to live life correctly.
Exactly. There's no book.
They tried to create one back in the day, about 2025 years ago.
Oh, nice.
And there's no book on how to parent correctly.
Mm-hmm. It is all our first times.
I know. There's no book on how to do social media correctly. There's tons of books on how to look at the stats, the KPIs, the conversion rates, all that stuff. But there is no book to show you this is going to go viral. There is no book this is going to make you successful.
There's, we have, information the best to our knowledge, but there is nothing that there's different, I guess maybe topics or categories or different things that you could follow that will lead you, to a better outcome. But if you said, hey, just do this, film this, and you'll be viral. If you said that to me, I'd be like, huh, really? Let me see, okay, show me proof. And you're like, well, I didn't do it yet, but this is for you.
Yeah,
then I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, people are.
How legitimate is that then?
I could totally see it as people getting scammed and scammed. Like, one of the biggest things you can do, which is the biggest mistake, is to buy followers.
Oh my gosh, I have never bought one follower. I will not. I know some
people know.
I know some people. We do know, because it's like, okay, this page has 100,000 followers. Let's look at their posts. Oh, their last reel got not even 1,000 views and a minimal amount of likes and maybe 0 comments. That is fishy. That is sketchy. We're definitely going to know whether you bought followers. And literally, buying followers is the death of me. I will not do it. I just feel like it's so inauthentic, and people are like, but I want to be there. I want to have it. And it's like, that's not the way to have it. You have a number, but your engagement is dead. You have a dead account, essentially.
So what about people who get hey, I will boost this post for you if you share the video with me? Like Podcast World or, take me viral.
If there's ways to get more exposure. And it's let's say a company reaches out to me. Oh, let me share your video on our platform. And we have let's say 7 million followers on 7 different platforms. Yeah, okay. That's more exposure. So that's more exposure. That's valid. That's legit. But in regards to let me, you could pay me and I'll put more followers on your account. No, that's completely fake.
Yeah, because those are the scams you got to be careful of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And I know people that have done it, and their accounts, they got followers, but literally 3 months later, their account was taken away from them. I have no access. I got kicked out. It's because you did sketchy shit,
Wow. I think I just poked the bear with that one.
Buying followers frustrates me. It gets
man.
You jabbed the belly of the bear.
I got
you
it.
jabbed the belly of the bear.
Finally, I got something that pissed you off. It's taken a while, but now I know. Oh man, yeah. It's a grind. It's a grind to build your.
And you know what? I think that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I've been doing this for 7-8 years now, and I am not going to stop, and I'm going to keep on going. And I feel like I've been very, very fortunate and lucky and to be in the position that I am in now. So when anyone brings up, that they bought followers or they're thinking about buying followers, my head goes, no, absolutely do not. I will shut them down. I'll be like, I do not support that. Everyone starts from zero. And, buying followers is a cheat code that will get you there, but it's you're not going to get the views. You're not going to get the engagement. You have a dead account.
So you're better off, instead of buying followers, boosting reels, boosting videos.
I would say over buying followers, I would say boost your content. It's your actual real content that you are making. In general, I don't boost my content. Like I just like sticking in the more organic side. But if you have to compare the two, buying followers or boosting your original organic content, 100%, I say boost your content, you know? If you're a new channel and you're just starting out, yeah, spread the awareness. That's fine. But don't buy followers.
Yeah.
Because it will lead to headaches in the long run. Or in the short term. Who knows? You can't trust anyone
You go to
with your
bed with
account.
10,000, you wake up with 2,000.
Yeah. And I know, like, people that have bought followers, in the end, it's like, oh, losing 1,000 a day, you know? Some don't even stay.
And if you're looking for ad or you're looking for people who want to market with you or anything like that, that is a huge red flag.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge red flag.
Absolutely. It's like, you know, I'll do, like, you know, whenever I work with anyone, I'm saying, I'm making organic content for you. Like, let's make the content. Let's be consistent. Let's bring other people in. But if they have the expectation, I need 10,000 followers in a month, then I won't even work with them. I'm like, that's not how the game works. That's not how this works. Like, you can't just like be like, okay, yeah, I want this amount. Like, I was working with a boxer, and, you know, we were making awesome social media content, and then we ended up I stopped working with him. And literally a month later, he had, like, I think 17,000 followers on his account, and it was a brand new account. And then, like, essentially, he was saying he wanted us to buy followers, and because we weren't giving him the followers, like, that's why he left us. But it's like, that's not how we're going about this. Like, no. He just wanted the easy street. He wanted, he wanted the easy street.
That's what life is now. Life is easy street. DoorDash, Amazon, self-driving cars. Life is about ease and what makes my life easier, because life is a grind. But if you're going to get in this and you're going to want to be successful and create a foundation that's going to let your building or your tree grow and be solid, it's a grind. It takes a while. If you're lucky, you go viral.
Yep.
If you're lucky, that viral video converts to followers.
Yep. 100%.
If you're lucky, you can buy a lottery ticket
and win.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. So, I mean, last thing I want to talk to you about, because I'm actually very, very, very excited about this, and I think you are too.
Are you going to poke the bear again?
No. But, I mean, the reason behind our podcast so far is coming to a head. We really want to make sure that young ladies, young women, create content that is truly about their why, truly does not sell themselves short.
Yep.
Does not label them, and hopefully works out for them in the long run. And even more specifically, we're looking at youth female athletes.
Yep.
Youth female athletes that believe they have something that they can use, something that can be used at especially the Division I, Division II, Division III level with NIL, name, image, likeness.
Yep. Having a platform for yourself and having just your bases covered in regards to social media, I feel like nowadays is extremely important. You know, it's who you are. You're an athlete or even like a D1 athlete, and it's like, oh, who are they? I want, like, if I watched like a water polo player and I was like, wow, they're amazing, but like I look them up online, it's like, oh my gosh, like I see how great they are in person, but why can't I see that? Like, it goes back to marketing, and it's like having a social media following for yourself really, I feel like, will set you up for more success in the future, because it's proof of concept. It's who you are. It's your brand image.
So for the youth athletes out there, what we're trying to get at is if you create a solid backing, and once you get to college, you can go to your athletic department and say, hey, I got 50,000 followers. I got 100,000 followers. I have a podcast. I have this. Chances are they're going to be able to create more deals for you. And we're working in the, I'm a dad of 3. You're total woman power.
That's right.
Girl power.
That's right.
And I think female athletes are incredible. I have known many incredible female athletes through my athletic career, through my daughter's athletic career. I'm proud to say that my oldest daughter started playing soccer with Trinity Rodman when she was 4.
Wow.
And they're on the same team, same club until they graduated.
That's amazing.
So I see her play, and it gives me I got goosebumps thinking about it now. But she hit it big. She did it right. It helped to have the last name Rodman. I'm not going to lie about that. Dennis Rodman is a big name. But she's trying to separate herself from Dennis, and God bless her, because I think she should. Trinity is a stud of an athlete.
Well, she's her own person.
Her mom's amazing. Her sister's amazing. Her brother's amazing. That whole family is incredible. And, I saw her from the beginning to where she is now. And it's just great. And I've seen it with my middle daughter who did gymnastics. I've seen it with my youngest daughter and her water polo thing. And I watch these girls get all these offers and go D1, and now NC2A has changed and you can get paid. And even if you're on a non-revenue generating sport, there's still a lot of dollars out there to help you and to help the families pay. So if you don't get that full scholarship to do your sport, you still will have money to buy groceries, still have money to maybe go out to the movies a couple times, still be able to pay for parking at school.
Yep, parking, books.
Or if I'm
books
talking about my daughters, pay for their parking tickets at school.
Oh no!
But I'm really excited. We're going to start. We're going to do it. It's going to be the NILfluencer.
Yep.
And that's where we're going next with this. And I'm really excited to have you as my partner in crime.
I'm excited. This is something that I'm very passionate about, and I have a lot of knowledge behind. And, girl power, I'm all about, us succeeding, and I just want everyone to win in this.
So please stay tuned. Our next episode, we're going to start talking about it. And if there's anything you need to know, anything you want to hear, anything you want us to try to get on as a guest, any questions,
social media questions,
please start hitting us up as soon as possible so we can get there. Rachel has many influencer friends. I'm hoping she'll get in to talk. I have a lot of athletic connections. I'm hoping to get in to talk. We would love to have one-on-ones with your scholar athletes as well, if possible. I mean, there's so many things that we could do to create a positive win-win situation for something that when I was an athlete didn't exist. If I got $1 over what my scholarship was working, I wouldn't. If I got $1 for being paid to do swimming, I was considered professional, and that doesn't exist anymore. So this is exciting. It's new, and it's something that we can hopefully positively take advantage of.
Yep. Let's build a better future for everyone.
Sounds great. Until next time, Dr. G, Rachel Mueller, the Girl IQ.
That's right.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.